Hello my fellow explorer, welcome back to our very own space, that is Deepta Explores. So what are we going to explore today together? Today I'm going to rate and review our OG influencers favorite makeup products that I selected to create my bridal makeup kit last year. Since I was just a beginner and I lacked experience, so I went for the products which have been on the market for a quite while now, and these are the products which are well tried and tested. Now these are also the products that my favorite influencers have recommended over and over again. To be very honest, it's very difficult and overwhelming at the same time for a beginner to follow the monthly favorites or the current favorites. And since I was making my first ever makeup kit, that is also my bridal makeup kit, I did not want to take any chance. So yes, without any further ado, let's get into this video. Now there are two things that I want you to keep in your mind, that I have more than one product in each category. So I'm also going to give you a comparison POV so that you can settle for just one. And while making this bridal kit slash my first ever makeup kit, I made some avoidable mistakes. So I'm going to talk about those mistakes as well so that you don't repeat them and you can save some of your hard-earned money. So start with concealers because that is what I used most on daily basis. Now for concealer, I have these three options. The two of them are from the affordable drugstore category and one is from the higher end category. So I'll start with the drugstore ones, which are also my most favorite. So let's talk about the one I use most, and this is actually a repurchase. The first one I finished in 1 year. Can you just imagine, being a beginner, I finished a whole concealer because obviously I have a lot of dark circle and also I have lots of pimple marks, but still it's a great deal when you are finishing a concealer in 1 year. So I love to wear this concealer. Now this concealer has been recommended by so many influencers, with Jovita George. She even said that this is the best drugstore concealer, and there are so many other creators as well, Nidhi Katiyar, then Ananda Chakravarti. Everyone loves this concealer, and time they have compared this concealer with the Born This Way concealer, Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I'll come to this later. Now talking about this concealer has a medium to full coverage, and the coverage is buildable. Sorry, so the coverage is buildable. You can see in the clip as well that it hides my dark circles so perfectly. When you try to build, it doesn't get cakey, and the application is super smooth. It just blends into your skin. It just sinks into your skin so perfectly and leaves a skin like finish. With fingers it will give you even more coverage compared to the brush. So yeah, it's like a 5 out of 5 products. Affordable, the coverage is very nice, it's super long lasting, and the finish is smooth skin like. But yes, if you have dry skin, then you have to moisturize your skin really well. Okay, so let's talk about the next concealer. The next concealer is from the Maybelline. It's their Instant Age Rewind concealer. Now again, you already know that this concealer is highly recommended by so many influencers, and I have seen them using it on their makeup videos. This is really such a lovely product. Now this one does not have as much coverage as this infallible one. It has more of a medium coverage, and you can build it up. So no matter how much you are trying to build it up, it will not get cakey. The application is super smooth. I like this application even more than this infallible one. So it's a very good concealer. If you are a beginner and you are just starting your makeup journey, I think it would be super beginner friendly to apply. I just use my fingers to apply, and it applies like a dream. You really do not have to put any effort. I just feel like I'm not putting any effort, and it just absorbs into my skin so nicely in no time. It's an extremely good product, and you can compare the application with fingers and with brush. You can see that the side I have used my fingers, it has given me more coverage. So if you ask me to choose any one from these two, now it will be a little difficult for me, but I will go for the L'Oreal one, because this one has medium coverage and I have dark circle which is quite intense, and day by day it's getting even more intense. So that is one thing. And also the other thing is, I do not like the packaging. It's such a beautiful, amazing product with great formulation quality. The only thing I do not why the brand has come up with such packaging. It's a hassle actually. So you have to open the cap and then you have to rotate it. Mine has jammed, so yeah, you have to rotate this and then the product will come out, and it gets very messy. You can see the cap. So every time I use this concealer, I end up wasting a lot of product, because you do not have control how much product you are taking out, and the excess product, it just gets stuck in the cap, you can see. And also the overall application is very messy. Now coming to the most expensive concealer that I purchased, that is this Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. Now this is also a much talked about concealer. Now I will share my experience that can be a little controversial, but I always ask myself, did I need this product? And the answer is no. So the thing is, if you're a beginner and if you lack experience, like I am still a beginner and I am exploring options, and I have not mastered the skill of prepping your skin well, then the application. It's a skill. Makeup is a skill. It looks easy on camera, but it's not easy when you try to do, right? So that is something I feel, if you're a beginner, then go for these concealers. First of all, they are not heavy on your pocket. Since they are not heavy on your pocket, you can actually go for many trial and errors. Now for this concealer, I think if you are experienced and you have already been into makeup for some time now, then you can definitely go for it, because the coverage wise, the application wise, it's a really supreme product. Although I just feel that it's a little drying on me, because my under eye, I have a very oily and acne prone skin. I feel that these concealers are a little bit drying under my eyes. I do not feel the same for my cheek or my forehead. And also it's a self-setting in nature, so you have to work really quickly, otherwise it gets patchy. So the application is something you need to master, you need to learn. Since I am a beginner, I think it's a little difficult to work with this concealer. So since the time I have purchased it, I have rarely used this concealer. It's not that I don't use concealer on daily basis, I do, and the proof is these two concealers. I have already finished this one and I am on my second tube with the L'Oreal one. But if you look at this concealer, it's almost full, because I just find it little bit difficult to work with. And the day I decide, okay, I will use this one, since I have paid a hefty amount for this concealer and I feel so guilty about it. So when I decide, out of that guilt, whenever I decide to use this one, I really need to prep my skin well. I need to use a brush, proper brush. It's a lot of headache for me to have this skill. If you know how to work with a self-setting concealer, then definitely go for it. If you're just a beginner like me and on a daily basis you enjoy more like subtle look rather than full coverage thing, then you really don't need this concealer in your life. Trust me, this is a very good alternative option for the Born This Way concealer. It will save a lot of your money, and trust me, it's very easy to work compared to this one. Even if your skin is under prep, it will work so nicely on your skin. Okay, so let's move on to the next category. Our next category is foundation and skin tint. So for foundation, I have two options. I purchased two foundation. The first one is Milani Conceal Plus Perfect foundation, and the second one is NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage foundation. Now let's talk about the Milani one first. This is again a much talked about product. I have seen so many influencers, they have mentioned this particular foundation in their all-time favorite foundation list. So yes, I settled for this one. Now the shade is 01. In the try on you can see that it's little light for my skin tone. That is because recently I have been to Pondicherry. I'm little tan now, and also this particular foundation, it oxidizes to one shade. So if you're a bride to be, or if you just starting your makeup journey, I think this one foundation will just be enough. You can see in the clip that it's a full coverage, and when you are applying with finger, which I do, you will get such a great coverage. It will just hide everything on your face. You can see on the brush side that it gives medium to full coverage, and it's definitely buildable. I have tried to build it with a brush, and it doesn't get cakey, it doesn't get patchy. Even the when I'm applying a second layer, it blends very smoothly. Just keep in your mind that it's the finish is matte, so you have to prep your skin really well. And the next one is this NYX one. It disappointed me so much because it's been just more than 1 year, like 1 year and few months that I have got married, and this product is completely dried up. It's completely dried up. And also they have sent me an old product. The manufacturing date is 5/2021, that is 5 May, right? And used before 5/24, and I got married in July 5th July. I got married in 2023. See, so I got just like 1 year to use this, and finishing a foundation in 1 year is not a joke. It's a big bummer. So I don't know who to blame for this. Anyway, I purchased from Nykaa. Okay, now it's time for skin tint. Now for the skin tint, I have two options. The first one I'd like to talk about, I'm really excited, and that is my Smashbox Halo Skin Tint. This is such a beautiful product. This is one of those expensive products that I do not regret purchasing, and I see myself repurchasing it once I finish this one. This is one of a kind product, and it's worth all the hype. And trust me, it's expensive, I know, but it's worth the money. It's worth the investment, I would say. First of all, the coverage is super nice considering it's a skin tint. It will give a medium coverage, and also I love the finish. It gives a dewy finish, dewy, and it will give you a very smooth healthy kind of glow. It will not look artificial at all. Now considering again it's a skin tint, it will last on you for a very long time. And during my Kashmir trip, I was wearing only this skin tint because my skin was not hydrated well, and my skin was not doing at all. I mean, was not doing well at all, because my marriage was just over. The entire function was just over. It was very hectic, and I was wearing heavy makeup back to back, so my skin just reacted out. And the entire Kashmir, and we went to Kashmir in July, so in July the Srinagar and the surrounding area is still hot and humid, and I have super sweaty and oily skin. So considering all these points, it lasted on me for more than 6 hours, and I was just super amazed with the longevity this skin tint has. It's a very good product, and it doesn't bleed. I sweat a lot. It bleeds. Ultimately it will fade out, but it doesn't bleed as much as compared to other skin tints that I have used. So if you're getting married, so what I did for my marriage, for the major functions like Mehendi ceremony, then the main wedding day, then reception, Gai Holud, so for all these marriage, I mean the major functions, I hired makeup artist. So if you are doing the same, then I would say, and you know that after the marriage you will go back to your normal makeup routine, and you are just a beginner, and and or suppose you are someone who do not enjoy heavy makeup, then do not go for a foundation. That would be just redundant. My foundation is just sitting in my vanity, and that too I bought two foundations. Whenever I think how much money I have wasted, I feel so guilty. So please do not do that. If you love subtle makeup, then this one skin tint is more than enough. This one skin tint and this one concealer from a drugstore, so these two will just suffice for your routine, for your makeup routine. You can just initially invest in these products, then you build your skill, you see what you are liking, what your skin wants, what you want for yourself, what kind of makeup you are enjoying, whether it the subtle kind of makeup or the heavy kind of makeup. Accordingly you can invest later, but do not purchase a lot of products at one go. I did not have experience and there's nobody to guide me, so I wasted a lot of my money, I feel, which I don't want you to repeat the same mistake. Now let's move on to the blushes. For blushes, I settled for these two blush, these are the OG blushes, and they have been in the market for a very long time now, and still they're equally loved and appreciated. So again, I took the recommendation from my all-time favorite influencers like Nidhi Katia, Denshia Jain, Malvika Sitlani. They have appreciated these blushes over and over again, and also Deepti Desikan. Now let's talk about this one first. This is the Forever 52 Juicy Cheeks blush, and the shade is JCB004. So I chose two color into different spectrum. The one is orange peach and the other one is pinkish. So this one is orange peach, you can see in the clip. It's a very beautiful color. It gives you a sun-kissed look. Application is very smooth. I always use my finger. It gives a very natural finish, very beautiful flash of color. This particular blush is super long lasting. I have used this blush in Kolkata in summer. You can understand the kind of weather we have in Kolkata. Is very hot and extremely humid. So in that humidity, it survived for a very long time, 5+ hours. So yeah, you have to give credit for that. Now one funny thing I feel, that when these blushes were launched for both these, it's applicable for both these blushes. When these blushes were launched, I do not think the lip and cheek tint concept was a thing back then. So that is why maybe they have not marketed these blushes as lip and cheek tint. But trust me, you can use this blush easily as lip and cheek tint. I always do that. I personally do not enjoy the packaging because it has a pump, and when you are using pump, you do not have control over the product, how much product you are taking out, and it's very pigmented, so you need tiny amount of product for your cheeks. So I always end up taking out more product than what I need actually. So the excess product I do not waste because it's expensive. For me, it's expensive. So what I do, the excess product I always put on my lips, and it works so beautifully on my lips. And trust me, on lips it's even more long lasting, and it never gives you a butthole kind of lips. I mean when it's fading, it never gives me a butthole kind of lips, and it covers all my dryness, the fine lines. It gives a very beautiful finish. The color is super gorgeous, and so you can call it a lip and cheek tint actually. The next one, again, it looks so beautiful on lips as well, as much as it looks on my cheeks. Again, it gives a very beautiful finish. The color is super gorgeous. The finish is very natural. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look makeup-y. Again, super pigmented. So yeah, be mindful when you are applying. Both these blushes are extremely pigmented, so always take on your hand, and from here take a very tiny amount, then just dab and try to blend. So do not apply on your cheeks directly. Okay, now so let's talk about the lip products. So for the lip products, I have lip pencils and lipsticks. So for the lip pencils. To be honest, it was not a recommendation, and I have already talked about these lip liners in a previous video which I made on the underrated makeup products, and these lip liners are indeed very underrated, I feel. So I have swatched and talked about in details in that video. Here I would like to talk very briefly about these lip liners. So these lip liners are great in quality, super long lasting, very good product, affordable. I think they retail for under 500 rupees. So yeah, very affordable. The colors are gorgeous. So for lipstick I have, I think, I have 5 recommendations. So first one is from affordable category. So this is from the NYX Lip Lingerie. I hope I am pronouncing it right. If I am not, please don't bash me for that. Anyway, so it's their lip lingerie range, double XL. Now I have heard about this product a lot. Talking about this product, you can see the color is so beautiful. It's peach flirt, and it's indeed so long lasting. I mean, again, in my entire Kashmir trip I was wearing only this lipstick because my lips are super dry and chapped, and this one lipstick, although it's very super long lasting, it's transfer proof, it's matte, it did not make the situation worse, it did not make my lips drier. So yeah, I was really super impressed with the quality and the performance of this lipstick, and obviously the color is so gorgeous. The next 4 lipsticks are from the higher end category, expensive category. The first one is this Smashbox lipstick. Again, I have heard so many good reviews about this Smashbox one. There's only one thing I heard, that it gets dried up really quickly in the tube, which is true, and something I realized after purchasing, after using it. But it hasn't bothered me. I mean, it has become comparatively dry when compared to the time when I purchased, but it's not something that I cannot work with, okay? But yeah, it gets dry, that is true. Coming back to the lipstick, it's in the shade Driver's Seat. Again, a very popular shade in this range, and the shade is indeed, it's gorgeous. It's one of the most long lasting liquid lipstick. The formulation is super amazing. If you have dry and chapped lips, you will not face any discomfort. I did not face any discomfort. The next 2 lipsticks, the next 2 lipsticks come from the MAC. It's their powder kiss liquid lip color lipsticks. So iska halat bahut zyada kharab hai, and in the shade, one is Impulsive, the other one is I think Sorry Not Sorry. Now this is the range I had used before, and I love this formulation. I think this is the best formulation in MAC lipstick, because if you have dry and chapped lips, I'm not talking about people who have normal lips, for them every formulation is great, but for people like me who struggles with dry and chappiness, this is like one of those formulation, kind of, no, it's kind of your soulmate formulation. Yeah, so it has a moussey kind of texture. So the funda is, you have to take it out, you need very little product, and you spray it with your fingers evenly, or a lip brush. It gives a very fuller looking lips. It will hide all the dryness, the fine lines. Even on those days I was feeling lazy and I did not moisturize my lips, I skipped prepping my lips, it did not accentuate the dryness and the patchiness on my skin. Now let's talk about the next lipstick, that is from Huda Beauty. Now honestly, this one I did not purchase with my own money. It was a gift from a friend, a sister come friend. So we used to work together in our lab, although she was my senior. This is the Huda Beauty matte lipstick, and the shade is, I think, Bachelorette. Yeah, and you can see in the clip that this particular shade looks a little loud on my skin tone, and it will look loud on skin tone lighter than me, or skin tone that belongs to my range. But I think for marriages it will look really nice, it will look pretty, especially for the evening functions. And the formulation is gorgeous. Again, from the point of view of someone who has dry and chapped lips, the formulation is super amazing. It's very comfortable on your lips, it will not feel heavy, it's super light. Something I forgot to mention about this MAC one, no matter how much you're layering, it's super feathery lightweight. The same goes for the Huda Beauty one, although I do not think it's completely transfer proof, so if you're a bride you may skip this. But yeah, it's a good lipstick. I mean, it's a great lipstick in terms of formulation and the feel, the pigmentation. Oh my god, it's the most pigmented lipstick I own, I guess. It's a very good product, it's just that, and super comfortable. Okay, now let's move on to the eyeshadow category. I bought 4 eyeshadow palettes. Now I brought everything here in Bangalore from Kolkata, but I don't know why I'm not able to find them right now. I searched everywhere, but I'm sure that I brought them. But anyway, I just can share my experience. So 2 of them were from Swiss Beauty. I will show you the image of the product I purchased. The Swiss Beauty eyeshadow palettes were really good. I do not hold much experience in eyeshadows. I rarely do eyeshadow, and there's only one occasion I did eyeshadow on myself. So yeah, I'm not very experienced, and I'm not a very good source also from who you can take suggestion for eyeshadow. But yeah, I have seen other people as well, other influencers, experienced influencers who you know, do amazing eye makeup. So they have also recommended Swiss Beauty eye palette, and that is where I took the recommendation also. So yeah, they have good eyeshadow palette. I bought 2. The 2 which I bought, I will show you the image, and 2 I bought from the Makeup Revolution. Again, one I'm not able to find, and one I'm carrying with my carrying here. So this is the one from Makeup Revolution. So and this particular eyeshadow palette I was carrying in Kashmir as well, because for someone like me it's more than enough. Although I was carrying it most of the time, I only use this mirror. I never touched any eyeshadow, because for eyeshadow I just feel it doesn't look very flattering on me, and it's look too much on my face also, and on my face too much of makeup, it's just my personal opinion, it doesn't look good. I do not feel very comfortable. Maybe I am lacking experience. Eventually I will overcome this probably, but for now I do not enjoy wearing eyeshadows. So now here comes my third suggestion, that when you are building your makeup kit or your bridal kit, first ask yourself the kind of user you are. So are you someone who enjoys creating makeup you know, eyeshadow look or eye look, or you are someone who belongs to my category, the minimal makeup kind of person. So if you're a minimal makeup kind of person, one eyeshadow palette is just enough, more than enough. Even a eyeshadow palette like this one will do just, you know, fine for you. I invested in 4 eyeshadow palettes, and when I think how much money I wasted, because I do not use those palettes, I do not enjoy creating eyeshadow palettes. At that time I thought I would enjoy, and that is why I invested, because I do painting, I love paintings, and the palette excited me, you know, different colors in one palette, that really excited me, and I thought I would go crazy, I would go creative with my eyeshadow look. So if you're also feeling that, if that creative bug is biting your back, so what you can do, you can just invest in one eyeshadow palette. Swiss Beauty has some affordable, great quality of eyeshadow palette. You will find so many colors in one palette, so just go for this one palette. Do not get overexcited like I did. So just go for one eyeshadow palette and buy that, try and try to see that if you're enjoying it at all, if you're enjoying that process, if you're enjoying that process, definitely go for further more. But if you find yourself that you don't enjoy this process, like I found myself that I did not enjoy the process, it will be just wastage of your money. So one eyeshadow palette at one time is just more than enough. So the whole point of this video was to share my personal opinion and experience with the products that I purchased to create my bridal makeup kit. And also I wanted to share the mistakes I did and the way I wasted so much of my money that it hurts whenever I think about it. Hope you have taken some lessons from these videos and you have liked this video. If you have liked this video, then please give this video a thumbs up, and if you did not like this video, please come forward and share your thoughts, things that you did not like and you feel that I need to improve in future, because that is the only way I can grow. I'll see in my next video very soon. Till then, please take care of yourself. Okay, bye bye.